David Mosley, but people here tend to call me Davy Jones Locker, but either or doesn't matter. I like Davy Jones Locker more because David Mosley sounds who's gonna remember that? But Davy Jones Locker, you know. Funny thing about me sculpting is I haven't been doing it for long at all. Like spring 2017 is when I got into sculpting. But even before that, I was always into art. Like I remember, like when I was little, I loved Spider-Man. And so I asked my mom, yo, you draw me Spider-Man? I was like, oh my goodness, this looks amazing. She drew him hanging upside down. I was like, oh, this is lit. And then I tried to draw him and he came out, he had like a huge head, a skinny body. He looked crazy, but I was like, I'm gonna get to that level. Spring 2017, I take 2 classes. I take a ceramic can building class and I take a sculpting class. And with the clay, I was like, oh, this is not for me. Then at sculpting class, he said, bring in a piece of soap, a bar of soap, and we're gonna sculpt that. And I think it was a bar of ivory. And I was like, yo, when you look at this ivory soap, it's kind of shaped like a lady. So what I'm gonna do is sculpt like, I guess the torso. So it was like the breasts and it cut off right before he got to the groin. And it came out kind of nice. I was like, yo, this is fun. Like I started off with just making cool stuff. Oh, I just want to make this dragon because it looks cool. I like the aesthetic. I like this. I was always into fantasy stuff, animes and all stuff like that. And so that's a huge influence on me. But more recently, I've just been making stuff that relates to me in a way that it kind of talks about my character flaws and things that I may need to work on. An example, I made a series, it was like a small series of sculptures and I showed it at my art critique last spring. And it was called The Dependency. And what it basically was about was my dependency on sugar. And so like I made an ice cream monster because to symbolize like this ice cream may be a monster to me. Like it's something that's kind of scary to deal with because it's like, oh, I can't have ice cream. I love ice cream. I like the sweets. It's like cats. Oh man, the cats. So the reason why I chose cats is 1, I love cats. 2, I kind of feel I don't. Best way, for lack of a better way of explaining it, kind of identify with the cats in a way. So for example, like with my cats personally, like whenever somebody new comes around, it's kind of like, who is this person? They might run back like, who is this? Like they're trying to figure out who this person is. And I like to think of myself that way. And that's why a lot of the cat people that you may see of my sculptures, they're self-portraits actually, but they may represent different aspects or moods that I be in. So like the cat people specifically are they represent different states of mind. So you may see like one cat, he's holding himself like this and he's standing up and he has cracks all over him. And that's called fragile because as much as I would like to, like sometimes I just want to be like, yo, I don't got this emotion. I don't get sad. I don't get angry. Like David angry? I don't get angry. Like what? But I do. I do get sad, and I'm actually kind of sensitive. So that's why I titled it Fragile. Like, since I'm coming to my end here at LIU, I don't know, like, I don't want to say I don't know, because I do know where I want to go, but I have a tendency, I'm going to bring it all together. I have a tendency to not tell people what I want to do after school. It's like, oh, what do you want to do after school? You want to be a teacher? And I said, no, if I'm being 100% honest, I want to be a world famous fine artist. That's what I want to do. But that's going to take work and effort, and there's certain steps that I can take to get there. So like maybe starting with an artist residency, like, oh, you get to stay here, we'll pay for your stuff, you just gotta make sculptures, do this, you have to fulfill this quota, and maybe that would be a good place to start. I often don't tell people what I really want to do because I can see the doubt in their face, even if they're like they don't mean any harm at all, because most of the time they don't mean any harm. I can feel the doubt. I'm like, I don't want to tell you this because I don't want your doubt to infect me. I met this one artist. His name was, he used to go to this school, he transferred to SBA. His name was Emmanuel Macion. His name is Massey. underscore on Instagram. And I remember I was like, oh shit, another artist, you know? And like I showed him my work, and he was like he gave me the illest poker face to my work, and I was like, whoa, what level is this guy on? And he's just like, okay. And then he showed me his work, and I was like, wow, we're worlds apart in terms of skill. And at that point, I started drawing more. And I actually did improve a little bit in my drawing in that short period of time, but then lost the fight, and that's when I picked up sculpting. But even going further than that, another reason why I go so hard, specific moment, spring 2017. Me and my mom got a letter in the mail. She was like, oh, time to go to the eyeglasses place. I was like, yes, new pair of glasses. Always happy for that. I was talking to, we was talking to the lady. I was picking out a pair of glasses. So she made small talk. Oh, what's school do you go to? What's your major? I go to LIU Brooklyn. My major is visual arts. Oh, you know, my sister, she used to do art, but she switched to doctor because, you know, that makes more money. That's gonna give you more money. And I know she didn't mean any malice behind it. It's just that people want you to be financially secure. But that just lit that fire under my ass, because it was like, I feel like I have something to prove now, you know? I had to do this because I feel like you basically said to me, even though you didn't really say it, that you can't do it, and I can do it. I think I got the skill. I feel this potential in me that I can get to that level, and maybe be an inspiration to others. Like, oh shit, he got somewhere just making sculptures.